Hey guys, what's up? XD here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use cheats in GTA 5 offline for PC. I apologize if this isn't exactly organized, also if the audio isn't great. I'm kind of figuring all this out on my new computer, but the footage should look a lot nicer now because we're running 60 FPS on GTA. Anyways, that being said, let's get right into the video. Let's start with how to actually activate cheats. All you have to do is press this little squiggly looking thing on your keyboard and it should open up the cheats menu. And if this doesn't open up the cheats menu, all you have to do is go into your keybinds and look and see what the open cheats menu is. So the first cheat we have here is going to be called Painkiller. What this is going to do is it's pretty much going to make you invincible. You can get hit by cars, planes, get blown up, drown, whatever. You are not going to die when this is active. However, activating it only activates for 5 total minutes. It will be tracked in the bottom right. So if you're in a really heavy shootout or something, keep an eye on the bottom right. Make sure it's not about to go out, because if it goes out suddenly, you could get hit by a shotgun and die really quick. Just keep an eye on that. So if it gets low, you could actually type in Painkiller and deactivate it and then quickly type it in again just to make sure you don't get caught off guard. So the next cheat we have is Tool Up. Tool Up is basically just going to give you all of these weapons that you see on screen right here, and if you already have them, it's going to give you some ammo for them. So if you're in a bad situation or you need to blow up a helicopter but you don't have anything to do it, all you got to do is quickly type in Tool Up and you can get some RPG ammo, and again, pretty much ammo for every weapon in the weapon wheel that's shown on screen. This can be especially helpful whenever they take all your weapons from you in missions, or if you just don't feel like buying ammo. The next cheat is going to be Turtle. If you see down in the bottom left that I have low health and no armor, all you got to do is type in Turtle and it's going to fill both those back up for you. Really simple and really helpful. The next cheat is going to be Power Up. All this does is recharges your special ability, but it can actually be really helpful. For example, if you're playing Trevor, who has a really OP special ability, it can make a huge difference. As you just saw there in the bottom left, that yellow bar just maxed out again, and now I'm maxed out on special ability. So again, really simple one, but one that can be really helpful depending on the situation. Next up, we have Catch Me. Catch Me is just going to make you run really quick. You can see how much of a difference this could make if, for example, you're in a mission where you have to flee or something like that, get away from the cops. Whatever the situation is, this can be very helpful, or if you just need to run around the block real quick. The next cheat is actually going to require us to drive all the way down to the ocean, or for that matter, any body of water, so that we can display this right here. This is going to be Got Gills. As you can see, I swim pretty slow. However, if I activate the Got Gills cheat, I'm going to swim really quick. It's almost like the Catch Me perk, but for the water. Next up, we got Hoptoy. Hoptoy, that's spelled weird, is Hoptoyt. I don't know what it means, but it makes you jump really high. You can see the normal jump height as compared to this jump height right here, which is absolutely insane. Also, you're going to see here on screen, it varies quite a bit how high you actually jump. And I'm not sure there's a way to control how high you do jump, but yeah, it's kind of random. The next cheat we have is going to be Fugitive. Fugitive is going to raise your wanted level. You can actually activate this up to 5 times and it's going to give you up to 5 stars. The Fugitive cheat actually has a sort of an opposite, and that's actually removing stars. And similar to being able to go up to all 5 stars with Fugitive, you can take all 5 off using the Lawyer Up cheat. As you can see here, I added 2 stars and then took 2 down. This next cheat is going to be kind of dangerous for my personal well-being, so I'm going to use the Painkiller cheat, the first one, so that I don't die here. So as you can see here, I can kick and punch this car. It's not going to do much of anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in Hot Hands, and you can see the next time I hit this vehicle, it's going to blow up. It's literally explosive punching and or kicking. And again, I'm kind of bad apparently at punching cars, which sounds dumb, but it's true somehow. Anyways, this is going to blow up anything you hit, including civilians, cars, vehicles, boats, helicopters, if you're creative, whatever. This thing's really cool, but just make sure not to use this without Painkiller, otherwise you're going to die. Next up is going to be Highex, that's Highex. I almost forgot how to spell that. And this is basically going to be the last perk, except your bullets. So it's going to turn all your bullets, no matter what weapon it is, it's going to make your bullets explosive. And I think it even works on the taser. I don't know for sure. Either way, it's going to make all your bullets explosive. As you can see, I just destroyed everything in this parking lot with like 1 magazine out of an AK. Next up is going to be Incendiary, and this is going to be basically the last thing, except instead of explosions, it's going to be fire. All you have to do is type in Incendiary. I kind of had some trouble spelling incendiary, but I figured it out eventually. Either way, as you can see here, once you activate this, you can shoot anything flammable. The ground typically doesn't work, but when you see when I shoot tires, it's going to catch tires on fire. It'll typically catch civilians on fire. Interestingly enough, it actually didn't catch the firemen on fire. which sounds ironic, but it's actually a really cool detail, you know, because of the fire suit. Anyways, this is incendiary. It's pretty basic. It's honestly not that helpful, really. You might as well go with high X. The next cheat is gonna be completely pointless, but kind of funny, and it is liquor. And as you can probably guess, it's gonna make your character drunk. You're gonna walk weird. You're gonna drive horribly. You're gonna shoot bad. But you know, it's a cheat. This animation is so dumb with fast run on. Next up is a pretty helpful one that you're not probably going to use too often. Anyways, it's skydive, and it's pretty much just going to give you a parachute. It's straightforward. Alright, so next up we have one that I like a lot, and it is make it rain, all one word. This changes the weather, and there's a bunch of different weather options, including snowy weather in like normal GTA, which is actually really cool. As you can see, I had to cycle through a couple times to get there, but yeah, this is snowy weather in normal GTA. Really cool. Did I say that twice? I don't remember. Next up is gonna be the cheat called Snow Day, and this basically makes it where your car has absolutely zero traction. As you can see, I couldn't even hardly take off. Like, I literally couldn't even hardly get the car moving because the tires are spinning in place. So basically, if you're on PC, you're done for. But if you're on console, you can like ease into it. You know what I mean? Just barely turn your tires. I tried and I failed. So next up, we have a cheat called Floater, and this is basically going to make it where when you're in a vehicle, it's going to be slow motion. This one doesn't really take much explanation. It's pretty straightforward. How many times have I said straightforward in this video? The next cheat is slow-mo itself, which is proper slow-mo. You don't have to be in a vehicle for this. I think this does work in a vehicle. Either way, you could probably pair this with the other one as well. This one actually has 3 different levels, so you can activate this 3 times up to slow-mo level 3, and then pressing it again or activating the cheat again is going to deactivate it. Also, it seems that for some reason, taking out a weapon and aiming it, at least on PC, cancels slow-mo. Why this is, I have no clue. I also want to emphasize how cool fist fighting looks in slow-mo. Anyways, this is probably one of my favorites. Alright, now it's time for pretty much a rapid fire of the vehicle spawns, the first one being trashed. This is going to spawn a trash master or a trash truck. Next up is Barnstorm, and this is going to spawn in a stunt plane. This thing's actually really helpful for getting across the map. Next up is Bandit. Bandit is going to spawn in a BMX bicycle. After Bandit, we have Buzz Off, which is going to spawn a buzzard, probably one that I use more than any of the others. At least have in the past before I switched to PC, in which case I now suck at using choppers, so no, I don't use it anymore. I use a BMX. Next up, we got Fly Spray, and this is going to spawn in a crop duster. I personally can't come up with any practical use for this, but I guess it's an option. The next vehicle is going to be Hole in One, which is the second best vehicle in the game. Next one's pretty standard if you just need some quick transportation, and that is the Comet, a pretty decent little sports car. Immediately following that is the Rapid GT, which is another decent sports car. Next up is Vinewood, and this is going to spawn in a limousine. Next for the Rocket, which is a little motorcycle, one of the best little bits of transportation just to fly around if you're in close quarters and you can't drive a car around if you got a bunch of fences or obstacles and stuff like that. And then finally is Off-Road, which is pretty much just the off-road rocket. So now for the most important cheat, which I almost forgot when recording this, which is Skyfall. All you have to do is type in Skyfall and it's going to launch you up to space. Somehow I managed to hit a plane. It's perfect for the video, but it's kind of dumb when you're actually trying to get somewhere. Also activate Painkiller when using this, simpler to the hot hands. Bro, what did I just say? Anyways, that's all the cheats for PC. If there's any that I use a lot, it would have to be the Wanted level up and down, the Skyfall, and the Painkiller. Yeah, so that's that. Thank you guys for watching the video. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I don't really think there's anything else to talk about. So, anyways, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If I have an answer, then I will give you the answer. And that's pretty much it. So, I guess see you guys in the next one. It's been like 2 weeks since I've recorded, so I don't even know how to do an outro now. So, peace out.